Stay updated on all Deadwolvz content, like, comment, and subscribe on all the major platforms.
What it do? What it do? I'm back. Live. Y'all tuned in quick, huh? How y'all hop in so quick? What y'all spying on me? Y'all gotta be spying on me. How y'all hop in the live there quick, dog? I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Drop in the chat. Who is? I ain't expect that. Y'all maybe stopped the opener. I ain't even finished setting up. Y'all just jumped in. Let me go ahead. Look at y'all. Like, y'all just making sure I put my work in. Y'all was like, oh, we live. Oh, we live, baby. We live, baby. Hey, hold on. I got something for y'all. Y'all want to see something funny? Y'all want to see what Kamala went through the other day? Real quick. Even though we gaming, y'all with Professor Ghost. So, y'all know. Y'all know what's good with Ike Turner. Y'all know what's good with me. I'm always make sure y'all got a good laugh, and I'm going to educate y'all. Just in case y'all ain't here. Alright? Alright, watch this. Let me say something funny. Show you something funny. Show you guys something funny. Y'all gonna like this. Watch. Hey, what that say? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Go in there. Just for your information, the vegetable in chief. You know the one that Kamala Harris lied to the American public about 4 years ago. With Professor Nash. I just did the video. I just dropped the video. If you guys don't know, I just dropped the video about Professor Nash. He's still making decisions on behalf of all of us. He's still wreaking havoc across the globe. He's still an abominable train wreck. And she advocates the same thing for the next 4 years. Please, vote now, please. If that's what y'all want for another 4 years, hey, don't look at me, okay? Because me and my family, we are leaving the country if she wins. I'm not sitting here. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm already preparing. All right. So this is something funny. The Biden face got me gone. But came here for the scent mode, player. You know me. I gotta pay the bills, baby. I gotta pay the bills. We live. Don't worry. I got more of that. Don't worry. I ain't just y'all see me just play here. I meant to put spill and chill. You feel me? But I'm glad y'all here. Drop like and comment. Share the live. Welcome, baby. So let's see what the perks we get. We got melee more effective, shields increase, operators movement speed, outlaw. All right, so if we gonna get my man Jason, we gotta get outlaws. Let's get outlaw real quick. My man Syndrome. Oh man, I wanna show y'all something else. I feel like I gotta show y'all something else though. Hold on, y'all want something else to laugh at? Hold on. I got something for y'all. Hold on. What's good, Brody? What's good, Brody? What it do? What it do? What's good, bro? Hey, I just had to shit that laugh though. That was funny. My bad, y'all. I ain't know I was muted. I should have told me. Y'all should have told me that. Like I told me that. I be clicking away in this jump. We trying to shit last to y'all and all that. We gonna get back to the game. So I'm hopping back and forth. Cause I'm happy. If y'all ain't know, if y'all didn't, first day early voting started in DC. You hear me? I put my Trump ticket in. I'm in here trumping up. You see it. You see it. Look, hey, matter of fact, you ain't gonna see it on my shirt. I'm so nice, I got it twice. I got 2 of them stickers. I got 2 of them for history. For history. For history. We in the books, baby. Letting them know, bro. Go out there and vote. Go out there and vote. Today started early voting, man. You still got an hour and a half to go vote if you ain't vote yet. Man, get out there. What's my man, Big Bro? Big Bro. Hey, y'all make sure shout out Deadwolvzgaming. Make sure y'all follow them. Please. Oh, man, that is family. That is another big wolf in the building, in the den. In the den. In the den. Hey, one more before we start this zombie mode real quick. I want to show y'all the Halloween special with this Tacticool. Okay, Candace Owens joke might be good, y'all.
Yes, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you her just yesterday in an interview. But first, I want to go back in memory lane because now they're trying to play the Men in Black hold up the little instrument and just wipe our memory and pretend that she actually never ran on being black and that wasn't ever a thing. So I just want to make sure that I remind everyone that it was the thing. She didn't even say she was black. At once upon a time, 2006, she said she was African American. Like, there is no African in this woman, okay? Jamaican percentage at most, but in 2006, at the State of the Black Union, she became African. Take a listen.
It is morally incorrect, but nobody cares about that. You can look at Katrina. Nobody cares about the fact that we've got a bunch of young black and brown men in prison. That argument is not working. What I suggest we do as African Americans is own this issue in law enforcement and then define it in the way that works for us, because it is a myth to say that African Americans don't want law enforcement. We do. We want our grandmothers to be able to walk to church and be safe. We want our babies to be...
What the fuck she mean we? What? We? Fuck, she mean Nintendo? She's gotta be talking about Nintendo. Cause this bitch say we like she black. I could have sworn her grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents were slave owners. And I thought they was Indian Jewish. She say we. She gotta be talking about Nintendo. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Words are hard for me. Because it's like sometimes when people want to talk about our culture and then say we, like they a part of us and they go through what we go through every day, it kind of, you know, it rubs against the skin wrong. You feel me? It's yeah, she Irish. She Irish, Brody. She Irish. Baby mom, what's up, baby? Hey, mom in the chat. Yeah, Brody. Yeah, bro. Bro, Candace prove it. She's Irish and Indian, bruh. She's Indian and Irish. Irish Indian. Indian Irish. However you want to put it. Whatever one you want to put the dominant one in front, she's Indian Irish. Matter of fact. Hold up.
Be able to walk to the park and be safe. What we don't want is racial profiling. What we don't want is excessive force.
That's right.
What we don't want is to have our civil liberties and civil rights be stripped. But we do want law enforcement.
All right. Hey, Brody. Oh, you ain't know? She Indian Irish? Hold up, bro. I got one for you, baby. I got one for you, baby. I got one for you, baby. Hold up. I got you, bro. I got you. You know I got you. I show you, man. Candace Owens is on the job, man. I'm about to drop the reaction, but good thing we in a live. Y'all, it was supposed to be a game in live. Look what y'all made me do. Y'all want me get y'all want me to show out and turn up, man. Y'all trying to mess up. Y'all trying to mess me up, huh? Y'all trying to don't worry, cause y'all still gonna be entertained and you gonna learn something. Hold up, real quick. I'm gonna get to the meat and potatoes. As you can see, Candace Owens been eating her up, bro. Big bro. She been eating her up, eating her ass, eating her. And she had Judge Joe Brown on here. The Judge Joe Brown episode, I'm gonna review that. I'm gonna react to that whole video. Oh my God, that joke get deep. Oh my God, Judge Joe Brown got deep. I ain't gonna hold you. No diddy. All right, brother. Here we go, big bro. All right. We get to the meat and potatoes of this one, all right? So this is the woman that knew her grandmother, all right? If you know the book, Kamala Harris put out a book in 2019. And remember, she had pictures with her and her so-called grandmother and all that. They black, Iris. Iris ain't black. She ain't got no black. Somebody from Jamaica that grew up with their family got into an interview. Hold up. Real quick. We gonna get back to my gaming joint. Yeah. I love y'all live. Y'all.
They just became like so dominant and were running these dry Harris at all.
There you go. There you
they
go.
didn't
Right
feel
there.
like people to know what the record show, what the history books show, that all I did was conduct basic black people science.
Real quick.
I looked at this photo here. The photo that Kamala put in her book of her and Grandma Beryl, and I said, no. Scientific consensus rejects this theory for a ton of reasons, one of them being, I just didn't feel like this woman was her grandma. I have a Caribbean grandma. They're all up in your face. I don't feel the affection in this photo. I'm not thinking this is a very dark woman. I'm not thinking this is the mother of Donald Harris at all. Like, I know genetics can be funky, but I was going, this woman does not look like she owned and operated a store. There were so many things that were throwing me off. Even the whole story of the grandparents owning all of these stores. I'm going, what are you talking about? 1914 to 1938 in Jamaica, but we were just getting out of slave chains. And you're telling me like your family just became like so dominant and we're running these dry goods stores and this grandma had that. Something was off, okay?
Thank you.
And what was off was just the photos they were presenting. These people were too black. And then once we started looking into it, the fact that her campaign just shut off the tap on speaking about her blackness. They just wanted to move on, as if she had never said it. It was the entire brand. Remember, that's the pitch. She's going to be the first black female president of the United States. The media was trying to sell that, to force feed that to us. And I said, Black scientific theory says, no, this ain't your grandma. But I was receiving a ton of emails from people that were insisting that Beryl was Kamala's grandmother. Among the emails were a flurry of people suggesting that I speak to a woman known as Lady Colin Campbell. She also goes as Lady C. I'm familiar with her work. I've seen her. She's written in the Daily Mail before, or has been written about in the Daily Mail. She's a British Jamaican author and a socialite who grew up in
Hold on. Shout out to Win Wounded. Win Wounded. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Win Wounded. Win Wounded is the only reason why I'm interrupting my live scheduled programming for this. Hey, I want my big brother to see this. Yeah, big bro, she Irish. She Irish, big bro. Pay attention. Watch.
Jamaica, and she is deep on genealogy. She's written several books regarding the British royals. This woman likes history. She likes facts. And someone had sent me a clip of her from her YouTube channel during which she was fielding questions and people were asking her to look into my research into Kamala Harris. And she said, rather offhandedly, that she had asked around and that she had a friend that was on the island who had confirmed to her that Beryl was, in fact, Kamala's grandmother, seemingly putting to rest all of my theories. But I remained completely undeterred, and I just ignored it. Lady C said that she was hoping to host that friend on her podcast in the future, and that the woman would spill all of the tea on how she knew Kamala's grandmother, Beryl. So I just waited. I waited for the future to arrive, and guess what? The future has arrived. And as promised, Lady C hosted Dorothy, that's the woman's name, Dorothy, the woman who knew Grandma Beryl. And I will tell you, the conversation did not go as Lady C expected. I think primarily because people who did not watch every episode of this series into Kamala were not quite understanding what we were uncovering. There were all of these people making response videos. I was going, you clearly did not watch everything that we're doing. We never said that Beryl did not exist. We always believed that Beryl existed. We simply did not believe that the woman that was presented in Kamala's book was her. We believed that this was a case of stolen identity. Essentially, there was a Beryl, but the woman that was being pictured was not the grandma, and they were playing funny business like commies do, switching identities. And it was strange that even though Kamala presented a picture of Grandma Beryl in the book, she didn't mention her at all in the book. What's up with that? You're just trying to blackify yourself. But Lady C likes research. Lady C was good on her word. She hosted Dorothy. So let's watch the first part of their conversation. This is Dorothy, again, the Jamaican woman who grew up and knew Grandma Beryl, Miss Beryl, personally. Take a listen.
Greetings from Castle Goring, from Mickey, Aurora, and from me. We have a special guest with us today, Dorothy Otti, who is an old friend of mine. She's Jamaican.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Come on in. If you're new, welcome. Appreciate you. If you got the share, man, make sure you subscribe. Man, comment, like, man. Share that thing on your page. Cause it's always gonna be lit here, baby. Hey, my gaming junk got interrupted for the family. So yeah, I'm trying to teach y'all why Kamala ain't black. She got Irish, she Irish and Indian. So it's just, hey, all right, big bro. My bad, big bro.
And she used to know Miss Beryl very well. They grew up in the same village.
Well, I grew up in the village where Miss Beryl lived. She was a lot older than me, of course.
Well,
Miss Beryl is the grandmother of Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And she was just the most delightful lady. I have such fond memories of her. Excuse me. So there's a sweet that you have in Jamaica as a child, or grown-ups eat the sweet that's made from coconuts and caramelized sugar, and it's called a buster. Have you ever had?
Darling, in my day it was called Bustamante Backbone.
Okay, so it was called a buster. And Miss Beryl had a shop. And in the mornings, my Uncle Cecil would take me by the hand. We'd go up the road for a walk. And on the way, everyone that goes past, it would be, "Good morning, Mas Cecil. And how are you, Miss Dar?" And by the time we got to Miss Beryl's shop, she would either offer me a buster or this other delicious sweet called a Paradise Plum.
Yes, I remember Paradise.
Yeah,
Plums.
but Miss Beryl, she was just so lovely. We would have these conversations as a little girl whenever I went past with Uncle Cecil, and it was always, "How are you doing with your books? Are you reading? Are you learning your times table?" Of course, she was a businesswoman, so she was very good at.
Hey, bro, I know why you shaking your head, because you know this lady not lying. She too detailed. She is too detailed, yo. You know she not lying. Like, she ain't even, like, she just started the story and she's already extra detailed on how the days, like, this is normal routine. She know this woman. She knows her grandmother. She really know this woman grandmother.
things like mathematics, of course. And she was, looking back now, you could see she was a trailblazer. Because the shop that she had, she actually built it herself. And so we lived in a village, and her shop was the only what you would call an upstairs, downstairs house. All the other houses were like bungalows on one level with gardens and stuff. I remember in our garden, we had gladiolas.
Okay, a couple of things flagged to me as interesting there. So she was really good at mathematics. Okay, so we're talking about a black person. Again, this would not have been more than a couple of decades removed from slavery. And she was really good at mathematics, extremely well read, owned and operated a shop, and had the biggest house. I mean, what are we talking about?
So, do I really have to break it down? Do y'all understand the year that she is talking in? This is still slavery. For us, can you imagine a black person that smart owning a business? Oh my God, people, wake the fuck up, man. She's not black. What black person you know is Jamaica my ass?
This doesn't feel like the correct kind of a black story that I'm used to. A couple of generations ago, you go back, most black people have my grandparents' sharecropping farm. I mean, maybe, who knows? I'm like, okay. Very clearly, though, we know she's telling the truth right away, because this is a good fact check against what Donald Harris wrote when he wrote a story about their Jamaican heritage for Jamaican Online Global. And he talked about those bustas. He talked about him and his sister Enid and how they loved the bustas. I think he said it was around Easter time. So everything she's saying sounds correct. But it was this part, this next part, that instantly let me know that this woman was the real deal, because she presents a detail, something that I know to be a fact that I had not ever presented to the public. Remember when I told you that I got on the phone with a family member of Kamala Harris? And that family member told me that Donald Harris had two siblings, Enid Harris, who I have spoken to you guys about, and another sibling who I had...
All right, so if you don't know, Donald Harris is Kamala Harris' so-called father. But there is a death certificate of the same Donald Harris, born in the same hospital, died in the same area, in the same place, with the same name, and on the death certificate are the same names that share on the birth certificate of both birth certificates. Like, it's Democrats are funny. All right? Hilarious. Ha 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 ha. I got the joke. I'm woke. But I ain't woke how Democrats want us to be woke. No. My eyes are open. I'm out the Matrix. I can never be in the Matrix again. Watch this.
Never mentioned was Beryl's son, and his name was Kenneth. And this woman starts speaking about the Kenneth that I had never mentioned, who would be Donald Harris's brother. Take a listen.
Was it a village or was it a hamlet? How many people would have been in it? How many houses? How many residents?
So at one time, everyone that lived there, was a village. There was probably about 80 or 90 people. But at one time, everyone that lived there was a relative of mine.
Really?
Yes.
What about Miss Beryl?
So this would have been before people such as Miss Beryl moved there. But before that, everyone who lived there, and even as a child growing up, most of the residents were connected in some way on my father's side, my grandfather's side. Where they were all related. But Miss Beryl, my darling, also had a son. He was called Kenneth. And Kenneth had a motorbike, the equivalent of what we would now call a Harley Davidson. And of course, so at the time I would have been no more than 4 or 5. I'm not interested in what make your bike is. And he would put me on the front of the bike, you know, whenever I came past with Uncle Cecil, and I would sit there and he would switch the engine on. And of course, looking back now, I realize the bike never moved, but he just held on to me, and I thought I was riding a bike, and I grew up absolutely loving motorbikes. He was very handsome.
Oh, Beryl must have had some money. Her son has the equivalent of a Harley Davidson. He was very handsome. He's got riding around on his motorbike. What are we talking about here? Like I said, this is when I knew that this woman was dialed in, because I had never spoken about Kenneth publicly, not for any particular reason. I just literally hadn't gotten around to it, as I've been collecting all of this evidence to present to the public on Kamala's family and looking into Enid and looking into Kenneth. So very interesting. Again, sounds like this Beryl had a lot of money. It's just not giving the person that is pictured in Kamala's book. Now, of course, naturally, Kamala Harris then comes up in this conversation. And Dorothy keeps this same positive energy. She's very positive, right? She has a spirit about her. She has this fond memory. Delightful. She's delightful in her approach about Beryl. And she's delightful in her approach about Kamala. And Kamala's features. She really likes Kamala's facial features. I'll tell you why. Take a listen.
And Mrs. Beryl, by the way, I see Vice President Harris on the box, and I sit up straight and I think, my God, she looks so much like Miss Beryl. Her facial features, the only thing is Miss Beryl was much smaller in stature, but
Well, okay, if Miss Beryl, because Kamala is very fair-skinned.
Right.
Was Beryl fair-skinned?
yes, she was.
She was?
She was. She was fair-skinned.
She was? Okay.
Yes, she was very fair-skinned
Oh,
with black hair.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
So she was so fair-skinned that now that I'm older and I can spot people by their skin coloring, etc., for me, I would say there was something Irish there.
How interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say somewhere along the line she would have had ancestors that were Irish. Yes.
Actually,
Is it just me, or is she just catching the dirt? She's
can I show you a photograph
Of course.
of an old lady?
Yes.
And some people speculate that this is Miss Beryl.
Right.
So, sorry.
Hey, Nanda, watch Candace. Look at Candace. Look at Candace, Mo. Watch Candace on the left, Mo, and Shawnee's accent. Look at this picture. Watch Candace hold the book up like this picture.
That's okay.
I am so on technological.
Okay.
It's just pathetic.
Yeah.
There we go.
She's like right here.
Oh.
There, her. Who is her? Is this Beryl?
Okay.
Is that Beryl?
That's not Miss Beryl.
That's not
It's
Miss Beryl.
definitely not Miss Beryl.
Oh, that's not Beryl.
That's not Miss Beryl.
So,
And-
that means you have to just show you.
Yeah.
So,
That is not Miss Beryl.
that's
No.
not.
Oh. That's not. So. Y'all see Candace's face? That's the same picture she was showing on the thing, and Kamala said that's her gram. So do y'all think Kamala family really was slave owners? Oh my God. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Kamala pissed me off. Y'all seen that? Yo!
Not Miss Beryl.
Definitely not Miss Beryl.
Okay.
And I know what she looks like. I couldn't have been in a dream, and she definitely did not look like that.
There's another person, but could that be Miss Beryl?
No, that's not
That's
Miss
not Miss
Beryl.
Beryl
That's
either.
not Miss Beryl either.
Okay.
Don't know who that is.
Okay.
All right, if y'all didn't know, from DC, early voting started today. And if you didn't vote, please go out and vote. All right, don't take it from me. Vote for who you want to vote for. Everybody got their own opinion. But here at Deadwolvzgaming, let you know, baby, it's Trump 2024. I need my country back. I need that money. Yeah. I mean, tell me, why do y'all want to vote for that? All right. They had Beyonce out there Friday. Beyonce went home. She act like she didn't even know she was from Houston. Everybody came out there. They filled the stadium up for her. Y'all seen that shit? Booed the hell out Kamala. She hugged Kamala and they booed the hell out of her. They boo water. They gave her boo-boo water, baby. Hey, so look, and then you got Obama came from off the motherfucking island. He came from where old Barry come from. And want to talk to us black men. Like he out here helping us raise our kids. Where were you at, Barry, this last 3-4 years? Huh? I don't know about y'all. I'm tired of this. They took my food. They cut my food stamps. They cut my checks. They cut my check. My building filled with immigrants. I'm sorry. I'm not racist. I just want my country back. I waited all my life to be grown and be successful. And now that I made a way, it is getting taken away by me because y'all VP, did y'all forget she's already in office? She is the reason why this country is like this. She's already in office. Y'all want 4 more years of this shit? It's crazy, man. Y'all wild. Y'all wild and crazy. If you voted for this, you are against this country. You don't love your family and you don't want kids. Come on, man. Trump is with women. Trump loved females. Trump loved dogs. Trump just became a new grandfather again. Like he got another grandchild. He just about to have another one. Like, come on. You want to know what it is? Y'all letting them Democrats scare y'all. This is what Trump say about women's abortions. He don't want it to be federal. Trump says, like I say, and like any other good father would say, if y'all want to make abortion a big thing, let that be voted by your state. So if you live in California, all the people in California, y'all vote if y'all want abortion there or not. Let that be y'all choice. Because if you vote Kamala Harris, that's going to be federal. And the government is what you don't want. That's like they're feeding you guys the shit sandwich they fed y'all this whole campaign. They lied Friday. If all you Kamala Harris, AKA / Beehive fans got disappointed Friday, please believe that's her campaign. If you vote her in, you're going to be disappointed all 4 years. Please believe it. You got God. I can't do this by myself. I can't, y'all. Common sense need to be brought back into this world. How are you guys not seeing the flaws? How?
That's not Miss Beryl. That ain't Miss Barrel. You know, as you were describing the fair skin and looking like Kamala, I was thinking this can't be the Miss Barrel grandma that's in Kamala's book. And clearly you see Lady C's going, wait, fair skin? What? Maybe is this? Nope, that's not Miss Barrel. I didn't dream. That's not Miss Barrel. Yeah, that sounds about right. You're saying Irish. And that's funny because Judge Joe Brown had a very distinct memory that Donald Harris told him that he was Irish and Hindu. And things are starting to add up, not in Kamala Harris's favor. And I don't know what to say here, ladies and gentlemen, other than I am.
You heard it, Brody? You heard it, Brody? Judge Joe Brown said it too, because he heard it out Donald Harris' mouth. Irish and Hindu.
Truly, untypically speechless. I don't think I possess within me the adequate vocabulary to discuss my distaste for a woman who borrowed a black person for her autobiography so that she could secure the black vote. Do you understand how fundamentally racist that is? Do you understand how despicable that is? I mean, you have to be the worst kind of political vermin to borrow a black person to put in your book, to present to the public as your grandma, who definitively was not your white Irish grandma. Okay, I don't have the word. I need someone to throw me a thesaurus so I can find it. I need to expand my vocabulary to be able to legitimately express my disgust for Kamala Harris and my now general disgust for any person who supports this woman or from here on out purports that she is the first black anything, okay? She is beyond despicable. This woman has no soul. You have to have no soul to do that. And if my instincts are correct, the person that she is showing is indeed someone she knows and is likely, like I said from the very beginning, the help. The help who would have taken on the name of the people who they worked for. It's very common. This is why you talk about having slave names. You take on the last name, the first name. When we saw that woman who was listed looking for a housekeeper position that said Barrel.
Hey, welcome to the live. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the live, baby.
Or Christy, it is my suspicion that this was the help, meaning this was likely the woman that was working for the wealthy Miss Barrel who was buying her children Harley Davidsons. I mean, it's just, this is unbelievable. This should end her chances at the White House. If we have any sort of moral sensibility in this country, you would never allow a person like this to assume office, because if she is willing to lie like this, if she is willing to, this is essentially the worst kind of blackface, okay? This is what you are seeing now. Kamala Harris is, in fact, a minstrel show. She said, I'm running for president. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm just going to blackify myself. Fake aunties, fake uncle photos. Oh, I actually just called them. What is she going to say to this? Is she going to come out now and say, oh, when I said Grandma Barrel, I meant like that's just what we called her affectionately, Grandma Barrel, as she was doing our laundry and picking up after us. We called her. What is she going to say that is possibly going to be accepted? And will the press do their job now? Stop pretending this is a conspiracy and recognize that this woman put on blackface because she wants to win the election. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm calling you, every person who twerked, danced, applauded, said to the public, this is a black woman. It is now incumbent upon you to take a step back, examine what we have revealed, and to take it back. Take everything you said back about this woman. Apologize for platforming her, for believing this. It's fine. I'll accept the apology, but keep the exact same energy. Oh, she's black? Okay. Now that you know that she's not, you should be angry, and you should present these facts to the public and to your followers and to your fan base. Like I said, I am shocked. I'm not shocked, but I am shocked. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, how can you not be fucking offended as a fucking black person? Don't nobody want to be black until it's time to be black, Mo. I swear I hate that shit. Don't nobody want to be black. So it's time to be black.
Like, I am not surprised. It was inevitable. I was never going to let go. Like, I pretty much knew that I was on the right track. Her silence about the matter was deafening. The removal of everything seemed very suspicious. No longer speaking about her blackness seemed very suspicious. Now she's too highbrow. I'm not even going to address. You know why you're not going to address it? Because you're not black. You are not black. You never have been black a day in your life. You truly disgust me. I want you to know that you are filth. Kamala Harris is filth. And Lady C was similarly shocked, gobsmacked, as she put it. Take a listen.
And gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. And it then begs the question, did she seriously think she was going to be able to get away with this?
She did.
I mean, I know Candace Owens has been going hell for leather on this, and Candace Owens is clearly black. So this is not about anti-blackness, because, as you could see, Dorothy is not white. So, I mean, I'm just stunned that any ambitious politician would present as a grandparent of hers, and Kamala Harris is very fair-skinned. Whether she calls herself black or brown, she's still fair-skinned. But she definitely has black blood. So to that extent, it's not anything artificial. What does seem to be extraordinary is the creation of a black grandmother when her grandmother was of color but wasn't black. And she just, did she get somebody off the street and pop them in the photograph? Was it a helper? Who was this woman? I mean, it boggles the imagination.
Don't you worry. Leave it with me, Lady C. From one Lady C to another, I'm going to get to the bottom of who that woman is in the picture, and I'm going to get to the bottom of who the Irish Beryl actually is, because here's what happens now. Blood is in the water, my friends, okay? If you watch the full interview, you should cut over to Lady C's YouTube channel and watch the entire thing. That woman gave a ton of accidental clues about the Irish Beryl that we are now looking for. She excelled at mathematics. She built a home. She resembles Kamala Harris. She had black hair. She owned a store which specialized in making bustas. Now we can refocus our attention and look for the true Beryl, the white-looking Beryl. And we are going to be able to find that person. I sense it. Now, like I said, there is way too much information out there, and we need to put tremendous amounts of pressure for Kamala Harris to respond, because like I said, you have to be borderline psychopathic to do what she did. Do you understand? Like, just take a pause here and recognize how demented you have to be, okay, to approve the printing of a book with a photo, featuring a photo of who you purport is your grandma Beryl, you standing next to a woman who was likely cleaning your dirty underwear, okay? Likely. That's what I think. I feel it in my soul that that's who these women were that were pictured in here. This woman doesn't recognize Iris. Grandma Iris was the second photo she showed. We zoomed in on it. She doesn't recognize anyone. Dorothy's going, I don't know who these people are, okay? You have to be utterly demented, hell-bent on power. You will stop at nothing to achieve power if you have no shame. If you have no shame, knowing that you come from a long line of slave owners, that you would then appropriate the identity of a real black woman so that you can what? Re-enslave black people in America today. That's exactly why she's doing it. She is disturbed, okay? Like I said, this is now a beginning. We get to refocus our attentions. I have a ton of suspicions. I truly believe that I was on the right track when I examined the same thing for Christiana Brown. I believe they're lying about who Christiana Brown is. And I'm going to find both of these women. What do we have, 18, 19 days until the election? I'm not letting go, guys. I am just, email me if you find any information, info@CandaceOwens.com. You know where we will be. This woman is not going to get away with this. I'm disgusted. All right, guys, also reminding you about preborn, because Kamala Harris is the first vice presidential candidate to ever visit an abortion facility. And Tim Walz supported a bill in his home state which legalized the denial of life-saving medical care to infants born alive after botched abortions. The media has dubbed this the abortion election. We have to take a stance against this evil. When you join forces with Preborn, the largest pro-life organization in the nation, you are protecting the greatest victims in our society, babies in their mother's womb. Preborn's network of clinics are positioned in the highest abortion areas in the nation, and they have rescued over 300,000 babies. When a woman considering an abortion searches to end her baby's life, Preborn is there. Preborn gives these women in need a free ultrasound. The power of hearing a heartbeat on the ultrasound combined with God's love doubles a baby's chance at life. One ultrasound costs just $28, and up to 5 ultrasounds are $140. Any gift will help their cause, and all gifts are tax deductible. To donate securely, just dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250 baby, or go to preborn.com/Candace. That's preborn.com/Candace. All right, guys, it's fitting now that we jump right into Kamala Harris's Bret Baier interview, which was on Fox News. I'm even shocked that she did it. Now all of this stuff is just going to hit different, because I'm going to look at her and just think this is a woman who borrowed a grandma. Like Tim Walz, stolen velour. Now Valor, now we have Kamala Harris is just stolen color. She's just like, I got to blackify myself. She really did this. And we went through the book, the afros, trying to put it in there. Look at me in Harlem. I'm talking about collard greens. I'm talking about Tabasco and hot sauce and how I love Louisiana hot sauce and how I put greens in the bathtub. There should be an uprising, like just an uprising across the nation. Like Black women, you need to, I will not tolerate this, because I think too many of you are supporting this woman, and you are supporting her because you believe she is Black. And now you need to wake up to the fact that this woman's family enslaved Black people, and they are trying to re-enslave Black people again. And they have absolutely, you just have to be, what kind of a villain? What kind of a villain does what she did? I just cannot get over this. A supervillain would do this, would put a Black woman who was likely laundering your clothes in your book and calling her your grandma, and then not speaking about your real rich Irish grandma and the Harley Davidson uncle that you have, okay? Harley Davidson possessing uncle. Anyways, back to this interview. Bret Baier did a phenomenal job. She tried to filibuster the entire conversation, just keep speaking. It's a strategy that politicians do. If you ask them one question, they'll take 10 minutes to answer, because they don't want you to answer. They don't want you to enter in a follow-up question or to call them out on their BS. And I just want to show this clip of Bret asking a question that's on a lot of people's mind. She keeps saying what she's going to do when she's in office. And the thing is Kamala Harris is in office right now. So how can you do that? It's incredible to me. It's that people are falling for this. Like, I'm going to do this when you're in office right now. Take it away, Bret Baier.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade, people have become. But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the president, Donald Trump, former defense secretaries, national security advisor, and his vice president. One, that he is unfit to serve, that he is unstable, that he is dangerous, and that people are exhausted with someone who professes to be a leader who spends full time demeaning and engaging in personal grievances and it being about him instead of the American people. People are tired of that.
If that's the case, why is half the country supporting him? Why is he beating you in a lot of swing states? Why, if he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
It's just incredible. He asks her a very valid question. You are in office right now, okay? How is it plausible that you can come out here and you can say all the things that you are going to do? If you could do those things, why aren't you doing them right now? Why haven't you and Biden done them over the last 4 years? And rather than answering that question, she offers up that, well, Trump has been running. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. It's just mumbo jumbo, keep talking, change the topic, and attack Trump, right? That is the strategy. What really matters is that people who are around Trump say that he's unstable. And people are saying that they don't like Trump and Trump is a scary dictator. I mean, they're literally going back and trying to run the same exact playbook that they ran when Trump first was running in 2015. And by the way, that worked in 2015 because Trump was an unknown, right? And he's this guy, he's boisterous, he's a New Yorker,
Hey, my bad. I'm back, chat. My bad, chat. All right, chat. So look, here's the thing. I'm a home health aide on the side. I got somebody I take care of, so I had to run and do a favor. But we back. Where we at? What y'all talking about? Break it down, man. Right? Now the bullshit can never get that full, man. Sheesh, is crazy. I know, right? We had the end too. All right, man.
Talking like a blue collar worker, and so they were kind of able to create this unknown monster. And you get into office, he's going to do this. And black people responded to that and were fearful of Trump. But Trump has now already been president for 4 years. And people are aware that they were living better under Donald J. Trump, okay? You can't just tell people not to believe their own eyes, right? They are aware that after 4 years of Trump in office, far from what the Democrats told them, they weren't put into slave chains. They weren't put back onto slave ships. If they had been, Kamala's family would have been happy about it. Money would have been coming back in for Kamala's family, right? And so it's just amazing that they think that they're going to be able to rinse that very recent history from everybody's memory. It's not going to work. And I'm so happy that Kamala kept implying and outright saying that, Donald Trump was.
Make sure y'all join the Discord, follow all links, follow the channels we follow back, join the community. If you want to get your company out there, get your brand out there, you need that support, man. We got it here, Deadwolvzgaming. Presented by Living Off a Drummer, baby. Tell her come get your experience up, baby.
Mentally unstable. And I'm so happy that Brett then took that opportunity to really speak to her about mental health in a way that hits
Come and
Take a
get
listen.
your experience up.
He's unstable. He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable?
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room. And he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done.
So I'm just saying, people really gonna vote for that. People. Joe Biden dropped a snow cone in the middle of the street. Joe don't know which way the stage, the exit. He don't know where the exit at. He got both of his cousins. He got Barry. He got Bill trying to help him off stage. Then you got Chameleon Kamala. Here we go. Chameleon Kamala. This is the best Democrats got. Chameleon Kamala. Chameleon Kamala. Here she is. Lord Jesus. Democrats, y'all ain't had nobody better. Y'all could have put Beyonce in this goddamn chair. She'd have won it. Got more votes. Boy, I can't make this up, man. This is the world we live in. This the world we live in, man. This really is.
In making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
I understand.
And
but
Donald Trump
But
is,
you talked about it.
And Donald Trump
After George Clooney said within a few minutes of talking to President Biden at a fundraiser that he thought this was not the same Joe Biden that we saw on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is on the ballot.
I understand. You met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. You didn't have any concerns?
I think the American people have a concern about Donald Trump, which is why the people who know him best, including leaders of our national security community, have all spoken out. Even people who worked for him in the Oval Office, worked with him in the Situation Room, and have said he is unfit and dangerous.
All right. So for y'all that don't know, those 5 or 6 people that work with Donald Trump in Donald Trump's campaign, no, they didn't work in his campaign. They were already in the office when he got elected president the first term. Remember, Donald Trump went on a firing spree. He was firing people out the government. Yeah, those are them crooked Democrats and Republicans. They were Democrats and Republicans. People got rid of it. He's not a politician. He don't got no favorite. He don't got no picks. All he care about is you get the job done. And that's all you expect from a man to run a country, is to get the job done. Those people got mad and salty because they been in them chairs for all their life, getting away with crooked, man. Them Democrats been so crooked for so long, and we've been eating this by the handful. They've been feeding us this bull crap for about a handful, and now we finally see it. We finally woke. Everybody got indigestion. We got Venezuelan indigestion. I swear, everybody got Venezuelan indigestion. It's like he's tired of this. It's Biden and Harris. Biden and Harris gave us indigestion. It's like we full of the bullshit. I'm tired of walking around just full of bullshit. It's like, stop feeding me bullshit, please. Oh my God, when are we gonna be first? When are the people gonna be first? When? Are y'all tired of being put last? We ain't even put last, if you think about it. We're the sacrificial lambs. You guys gotta wake up, man. Guys gotta wake up. My God.
And should never be president of the United States again, including his former vice president, which is why the job was open for him to choose another running mate. So that is a fact. That is a fact.
I'll tell you what a fact is. Her follow-up book to The Truths We Hold better be called The Mother Effing Audacity, like a follow-up to Barack Obama's The Audacity of Hope or Change, whatever it was, because she does have some audacity to sit up there and talk about the mental faculties of Donald Trump and still not have the courage to admit what everyone admits now, left and right, that clearly Joe Biden was in office and was in a steep mental decline. Okay, this man could not put together a sentence, and she's still looking you in the face, looking all us in the face, pretending that just wasn't real. No, he was.
So y'all, all right. I drop in the comment if you're a Harris fan, man. No, we're not going to jump you. We're not going to joke at you. We're not going to say, aha, you voted for the dummy. We're not going to do that. We don't do that here, all right? We're unbiased, okay? We're unbiased here at Deadwolves, okay? But I just got to know if there's any Harris and Waltz, supporters. I just know, so I got to be extra sensitive. I thank you. Yeah, bro, we wolves here. We wolves. We ain't sheep. Just gotta know. Just want to know. Like, if there's anybody, like, I don't want you guys to say, oh, you guys are unsensitive. Like, oh, I think men should be in women's sports. Like, oh, if you're, oh. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. Y'all gonna make me show up, man. Y'all gonna make me show up for the views. Y'all cut it out.
Always sharp. He was always on it. And the real issue, the real mental instability that we should be discussing is Donald Trump. This woman lies and feels nothing. Okay, this is why it's like she has to be a child of Satan. It's the only way this works. To feel nothing when you lie like that, to not have just a little bit of shame. Even if she had answered and said, listen, there's a lot that we could say about Joe Biden's mental health. I don't think this is the appropriate time to do it because I want to keep the focus on the election. That would have been a more meaningful and honest response than saying that Joe Biden was just phenomenal, on his game, knew exactly what he was doing. Like I said, she lies like a woman who would have no shame inserting a fake black grandma in her book, which is what she has done. She has put a fake black woman in her book and presented her as her grandmother. I mean, this black woman exists. Like Lady C said, we got to figure out who she is now. But this ain't her grandma, okay? And nothing she is saying to Brett Baier is honest. Nothing she is saying is true. And she just accepts that the media is going to walk her into office no matter what. Because let me be very clear. You have an entire mainstream media apparatus, billions, maybe even trillions of dollars. And you're telling me I'm the one that uncovered this? Me? And my little YouTube channel, I got a team of 4 people on this podcast. You're telling me we were the ones that were able to uncover this? What is the job of the mainstream media? To lie to you and to protect the state, okay? They are an extension of the CIA. They are not the fourth estate. They are the estate, okay? Their job is to gaslight you, to use websites like Snopes to make you think everything is a conspiracy until it's unavoidable and it's true. And you know what happens next? They're not going to talk about Beryl. They're not going to talk about Grandma, but they're just going to move on. But I'll tell you what they won't do. They better not ever call this woman the first black president of the United States ever again in their lives. If they do, we ride at dawn, okay? I should show you this quickly. Brett spoke about the interview and what was going on behind the scenes with Kamala's team. Take a listen.
Dana, you've been on the other side. You've been on the rapper as a press secretary interviewing a president. And, I'm talking like 4 people waving their hands like it's got to stop. So, Martha, I had to dismount there at the end. There's so many things, and she maybe should do more of these. Madam Vice President, and they're giving me a hard rap here.
Well, I thank you for the time.
I thank you for the time.
It's good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Unsurprisingly, because she is completely being managed. Everything that is happening, like I said, they have decided she is going to be the president in the same way that they decided that Obama was going to be the president. Presidents around the world are being selected, likely in boardrooms, and then the media is being instructed to defend them no matter what. This is across the board on matters of everything, whether it's war, you can see this sort of money, and that's what I truly believe runs everything, is the military-industrial complex, and whatever their plans are and whatever candidate will allow them to fulfill their express goals. That is really what the CIA and the Mossad are, right? They are just a military-industrial complex, and we are none the wiser because everybody in media is a fraud. Virtually everyone in media is a fraud, and they stand by idly, acting like cowards without having the faith or the courage to stand up and say enough is enough. Like, they have no investment in the future, no true belief in God, right? They're so in the moment, trying to just want to be able to cash my checks and feed my family, so I'll lie to the public. I won't venture down and explore a story, something as big as using a fake black grandmother to secure black votes when your family actually owned slaves and profited from slaves and earned money from giving their slaves back to the British government, you know, getting paid once they abolished slavery. I mean, it's just unbelievable. All of it's unbelievable. Like I said, it was standing in their face and they intentionally ignored it and tried to distract us from it. I am truly so disgusted. All right, guys, letting you know that this episode is sponsored by Nimi Skincare. You probably saw me dropping my morning skincare routine on Instagram. I always share them. They are truly my favorite skincare brand. Also, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this content, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are obviously not monetized, but we don't care. We're having fun. We're on the race to 3 million subscribers again. I had 3 million subscribers Daily Wire, and now we're rebuilding this quickly, so it's super exciting, and I'm grateful to you guys for supporting this. You can also head to locals.com if you want to support.
Shout out to Candace. Hey. Shout out to Candace Owens. Make sure y'all go support Candace, like Candace, we on Rumble too. Like, cause YouTube is run by the Democratic Party, y'all. Like, YouTube censors us so hard. So, like, you can check us out on rumble.com. Rumble, that's RUMBLE, rumble.com. It's the same as YouTube, but they don't censor. We get more freedom of speech there. We don't have to watch our words, watch our content as much as YouTube, you know?
Support the show financially and keep us free so that we are not beholden to any censors. Want to cover this story because it's in the news and everyone's speaking about it. Obviously, you probably saw the reports that the former One Direction member Liam Payne is dead. He died at 31 years old in an Argentinian hotel, falling. So the story is that he was found dead on Wednesday after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, and the police confirmed that he fell from the 3rd floor of the Costa Shore Hotel in the trendy Palermo neighborhood of Argentina's capital, resulting in extremely serious injuries. Apparently, they confirmed, the medics, that he had died instantly on the spot. The AP is reporting that he had jumped from the balcony of his room. What ended up happening was police rushed into the hotel in response to an emergency call just after 5 p.m., by the way, local time, warning of an aggressive man who was under the influence of drugs or alcohol, according to the 911 call. The hotel manager can be heard on the call saying that a guest who is overwhelmed with drugs and alcohol, this is 5 p.m. The manager said he's destroying the entire room and, well, we need you to send someone, please. Throughout the call, which we're not going to play here, the manager's voice became more anxious as the call went on, noting that the room had a balcony. So I think he obviously was fearful that someone that was on drugs could have been potentially had a fall, which is sadly what happened. And that was what has been verified by the Argentinian biggest newspaper called La Nación. They showed that there was a smashed television in the room, a half-empty glass of what appeared to be champagne, and a foil and powder scattered across. We're showing you a picture here. It's very clearly drug paraphernalia. What exact drug is, we won't know. Is it crack? Is it cocaine? The powder will, of course, be tested and confirmed at a later time. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm covering the story. I'm covering the story because, first and foremost, there's been a huge media reaction. It's obviously a tremendously sad story, and I don't want to come across as not compassionate. Obviously, his friends and his family must be grieving in a way that you couldn't even comprehend. I'm covering the story because I just so distinctly remember how many adoring fans, One Direction, the band that he came from, how many fans they have, and that's why they're grieving so much. People still love Harry Styles, they love Zayn Malik, and these boys were on a talent show and then were turned into pop stars. But it's one of these things where I think that more and more we are all coming to this awakening, and it's important, parking aside, the sadness of the story, it's important for us to tether ourselves to this truth that we've been presenting throughout this podcast. These Hollywood idols that are given to us, right? People that so many people flock to and worship and adore their every word and cry for when they see them on the streets. These people are in such spiritual conflict. Liam Payne was deeply troubled. People are like, is this a conspiracy? No, nothing happened here. If you followed anything about what had been happening to him over the years, it was very clear that this is an individual that is deeply troubled. Just very recently, his ex-fiance had filed a cease and desist against him. Her name is Maya Henry. And by the way, I really hope that the One Direction fans do not start attacking this young woman who has done everything right. You know, she was sounded like she was fearful of him because he kept contacting her from various numbers. She had written a fiction piece that was inspired by true events in May, speaking about how she was forced to, or the character that she created named Mallory was forced to endure this painful abortion after her partner told her that he was going to walk away from the relationship if she didn't. It was very heavily implied that this was her telling the story of her relationship with Liam Payne. And, you know, as she rather bravely went to the press and spoke about how Liam would not leave her alone, I can just see people taking that, and because these fans are just so possessed with adoration, making it seem like it's somehow her fault for not taking the phone call. Anyways, I want you to listen to Mallory describe those aspects of her relationship. She had done so recently in an interview. Take a listen.
Because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm going to die. I'm not doing well. And there was one time I tried to get him help, and then he was like not taking it. He would text my mom, I'm not doing well, have Maya contact me, because I wouldn't respond. And it's just always the same cycle. And every time that, like, for example, when I announced my book, he did the same thing. He called my mom, I think I'm not going to be around much longer. And
oh my God.
And I don't play with death. So I'm like, if you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. And I think he took advantage of my family's kindness. And I was like, if you want to go back to rehab, I'll help you, even though, you know, whatever. And not that I ever wanted to be back with him, but he's still somebody's child. He's somebody's brother. Like, if that were my brother, you know, I would want someone to help him too.
So she sounds like a very kind person, and obviously knew that this relationship was toxic. It even is coming out now that his current girlfriend decided to leave Argentina. She was on TikTok and said, I just have to leave, which to me implies that there was just too much partying potentially going on, and she just wanted to get out for her own health. And I again, the reason why I'm covering this is because it is so important for us to realize that Hollywood is a facade. The people that go there are empty, and they're empty because they are being told that they are gods, right? There are only two cities that you can hail from.
Shout out to Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens, man. That was a good vid. That was for you, big bro. And just for that, big bro, I got one more for you. Look, you got my video up, Mr. Screw. Look, got me up there, little Mr. Screw. Shout out my man, okay, Rick. I got one for y'all. I got one for Labs. Oh man, you guys gonna love this. All right, if y'all think y'all need a reason to love the VP, running VP with Trump too. All right, now if you think Trump was full-blooded American, check out our new Vice President, Vance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They threw the lab.
That, but he's talking about
you do based on the way you're asking the question.
Based on the fact that he's accused people that didn't break the law of breaking the law when it comes to the election. And
now I want you to understand, I need my president and VP as strong as together, like as one. Man, I can't tell the difference between Vance and Trump. I'm telling you, watch this, y'all. I can't tell the difference. Watch. This is Vance. Trump's running mate. Check out our new vice president. That motherfucker got swag just like fucking Trump, mo. That's why Trump picked him. God damn, I love this boy.
if you want to revisit that, I'm happy to. But Liz Cheney, he said, should be put before a war tribunal. None of that sounds fascist to you at all?
No, of course it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't. Before a military tribunal?
First of all, I don't buy into the premise of what you're saying, Jake, because I just on things that I know that he said, on things that I know that he said, you're imputing things, you're taking words out of context, you're taking two separate conversations and pretending that they were made at the exact same time. So I'm rejecting the premise of your question. I frankly don't believe what you're saying about Donald Trump's words. If you'd like to put up a clip and actually put him in context, I think the American people would realize that Donald Trump is a hell of a lot more reasonable than the people like Liz Cheney who would like to lie us into war. Now, Jake, we also have to remember, I mean, step back a little bit. Well, ask yourself a basic question about network integrity. You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it, and we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
Well, that's
what you just said.
I don't know about y'all. That's my vice president. Not him. Not this goofy, man, dark looking motherfucker.
That is false. We covered an FBI investigation. I don't know why you want to talk about the FBI investigation.
You covered it in.
That's my new VP right there. Now that's a VP. I don't get no word salad, no word pasta, none of that word spaghetti. I'm middle class. My mama worked hard to. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I just want to know what you're going to do. Put money back in my pocket and get these tacos out my face. I just want the Venezuelan tacos out my face. I want my country back. I want red, white, and blue on my porch. Man, look, you see my new vice, that's my new vice president. I don't know about that VP y'all got now, that Harris bitch. This my VP. This my VP. This how a VP look and talk. Listen, just listen.
In a way that gave credence to anonymous sources' accusations. You did it yourself. Your network did it, Jake. But again, can we talk about the issues that Americans care most about?
I'm talking about things that Donald Trump has said.
Yes.
If you have an issue with whether or not he's talking about the economy enough, that's between you and your running mate. I'm talking about things he has said this week.
Every single rally that he does, he talks about how he wants to unleash American energy so we can lower the cost of groceries. He talks about the fact that housing has become unaffordable. He talks about the wide open border, Jake. Kamala Harris and her allies, you know, it's interesting. Kamala Harris and her media allies, and I would put CNN in this category. You guys seem to care.
I'll tell you that. They wouldn't.
Well, they should watch your network.
Mo. All right. Yeah. Hey, for real. Hey, turn up your phones. Turn up your speakers. For real. Vance, our new vice president, he's not about to get mad, y'all. He's not. I'm telling y'all, he's not about to get mad. But he's about to get a dude ass. He's like, he got a size 15, and he about to, like, the dude that's interviewing him, his ass is the shoe. And our vice president, he's like, he got his sock on, and he putting his foot in the shoe. He's like, he just putting his foot in the shoe. He's like, he just putting his foot in the shoe. He just putting his foot in the shoe. Hold up, Mo. It's about to get dirty. It's about to get dirty.
Because you guys seem to care more about Donald Trump's past than the future of the American people. We're running this campaign on making the American dream.
I'm specifically asking about how Donald Trump is going to be president in the future should he win, and then we're being told
he's going to pursue economic policies that lower the cost of groceries and make life more affordable again. He talks about it every single day on the campaign trail, and so do I. What you're talking about is an anonymously...
I'm sorry. Yeah, my channel. Yo, this is a reaction channel. I'm going to keep pausing. Because every time that man speak facts and that man hits soul, I'm going to make sure y'all hear it and understand it. That's when you out here running for president, your VP remember that. Your VP got to be just like you. All I see is Trump in that man. That man, look up Vance history. Vance, he didn't start out a Trump fan. He didn't like Trump, but he respected Trump. So for Trump to go to a nigga that didn't like him, you got my vote, Trump. You got my vote, Trump. You went to your op. You made your op your running mate. And your op out here, you look at your op. Your op is your best friend out here repping you. Is this nigga not the man? The fuck? He went till he got his op. His op is his running mate. Y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. Y'all wanna vote for Harris? This nigga made his op his running mate. Get out of here. Fuck out of here. Look, listen to this man. Listen to him talking about a nigga 5 years ago. He ran this nigga name to the mud. Now he out here defending this nigga with a bazooka, AK, get that nigga a Rambo knife. That nigga out here going to work. He going to work with fucking Trump. He ain't letting shit slide. I need that nigga go to war.
Nothing anonymously sourced. Or who one guy who was a disgruntled employee.
I told you
where five other people pushed back against him and said that what he said was dishonest. So why don't we talk about the policy that's affecting American citizens and not what Donald Trump allegedly said, according to one guy who's pissed off because he got fired by Donald Trump?
I didn't bring up any of the things that he said. He said, I didn't bring up.
You brought up John Kelly, and that I just described.
I brought up John Kelly's view of Donald Trump. I didn't bring up John Kelly talking about what Donald Trump said about Hitler's generals. I didn't bring that up. I talked about John Kelly's view of.
Oh boy. As y'all can see, this thing is finna get spicy. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Shout out to all them beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters around the world. One love to the human race. We are in enemy territory, man.
One love, baby.
CNN.
Yes.
Fake news. I'm telling you, after this election, it's gonna tell a lot, man.
Y'all gotta, that's what we tell him, Rick. Rick, I'm trying to tell him, Rick, we try to tell him, Rick. It's fake news. CNN, Fox, ABC, NBS, all your letters, all your crooked, your fake news. Trump been telling us for years, fake news. Nobody wanted to listen, but now we see it. We see the light. I see the light, Trump. Fake news, I see it. They editing Kamala Harris like she could talk, and they can't edit a good video, and she still sound like a goddamn imbecile. I tell you, it's fake news. It is fake news. We see it. We see it. We see the percentages. We see Waltz. He said he was in World War II. He can't load a goddamn hunting shotgun. I swear to God, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. It's all fake news. Fake news. Fake news. It's fake news. It's all fake news, baby. Just remember that. Remember that. Take this shit with a grain of salt.
And we don't know if this is a interview or a debate. But we know what type of timing CNN is on. We know what type of timing old Tapping Jake is on. You just can't make this up, y'all. You just can't make it up, man. But I'm so glad that everybody is waking up to all this crap, man.
Thank you. I'm happy too.
And that's one thing I've been seeing a lot in the comment section. People reposting these clips everywhere. People are sick and tired of this crap, man. And CNN and many others have lost all credibility, man.
All credibility.
You know? People are sick and tired of this crap. And I see that a lot of people actually love J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance is the man.
That tons that didn't even know him. Tons that didn't even have him in their, you know, didn't even want him to be a VP. You know? And y'all know he wasn't even in our top 3, our top 5 for VP.
Listen, family, listen. I know I put so much emphasis on Trump, but I'm just saying, it ain't no lie. And you heard Rick. Vance is that nigga. Y'all see what Vance doing. I told you. He was once Trump's op. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he was opping with Trump. Like, you'd have thought these niggas gonna pull up with the ooh-wops. But look at him now. Ride or die. He ride or die. What that tell you about that man Trump? If he can make his op, his running mate, and then that man out here, he laying down on the ground, ready to die for Trump. I'm voting for that. I'm voting for that. As the head of my household, leader of my tribe, my family, my children, my women, Trump, you got it. You got it, Trump. You showed me the way.
Picks. When we were covering Trump's VP suggestions and top candidates, he was nowhere to be found. And now everybody is loving this more. Man, every single day, more and more and more, they're starting to fall in love with JD Vance, man. But hey, he's on CNN with the old Jake Tapper. Let's see how this goes, man. I know y'all already seen in the intro clip. It's fun to get spicy though. It is fun to get spicy, man. Let's go and jump in, y'all.
Senator Vance, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, obviously, Trump's former Chief of Staff, General John Kelly, was alarmed, he says, by what he heard when Trump said he wanted to use the National Guard or the Pentagon to...
All right, if you guys don't know, John Kelly is actually a fucking racist. John Kelly is one of the very first people Trump fired when Trump was in office the first time because he was terrible at his job. So, what a disgruntled employee gonna do? Talk bad about the person that fired them. So that's why you don't believe nothing Kelly says.
To go after the enemy within. Americans with whom...
You know, we all know what it's all come out and said and how they've debunked it, how people are just tired of the lies, man. But once again, they're losing, they're shaking out their shoes, they are losing so bad. Trump's Hitler. We got to find a reason to call him Hitler. We got to, even if we got to make up stuff or create this crazy rhetoric, this evil rhetoric, we got to continue to push it out. Let's go back to call him Hitler. A dictator. Let's remind voters that he's Hitler in a dictator. Project 2025. That he's going to take your rights away. And then come to find out, Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump's presidency. He has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with Trump.
Look how that backfired. And look how this John Kelly thing backfired as well. It's all crap, man. And people are waking up to this crap. If Trump was going to be a dictator on day one, he would have did it on day one.
Do you guys not understand that if Trump was this racist, fascist, Hitler type person, wouldn't you do that as soon as you're in the office? Because you wouldn't think you would win office again, would you? So while you're in there, you might as well hang out with your balls out, right? It makes no sense, people. If he was racist, why is he the only president that donated the most money to black college funds? How is he racist when he's the only and first president to do the prison reform the right way for the black people? If he's so racist, how is he the first and only president to lose money? Lose money. He lost money. He lost money. He lost money. He lost money. He ain't gained money. He lost money. He lost that money. He lost money. It's like he was like, hey, I'm out here being president. Hey, Hey, oh, I got money dropping out my pocket. Hey, but that's for the black people. Put that in the black fund. That's what the fuck Trump did. Y'all some Uncle Toms. Straight Uncle Toms. Turning on Trump. The man ain't a politician. He ain't had to do this. Do you understand? Trump do not have to run for office. Do you understand this? This man is literally losing his wealth, his health for us. Do you guys not understand that? There must be a bigger picture if a man is willing to risk where his whole family bloodline is built. And he's willing to crash it all down for a country that doesn't give a fuck. It's so dumbed down by music and entertainers that don't help you. Can you call Beyonce? Can you call Eminem? I had to realize that long ago. I can't call my favorite rapper, tell him I'm hungry. They wouldn't care. Kamala don't care. I'm sorry y'all need to hear it like that, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
That was a couple years ago. He was going to destroy America. He would have destroyed America in his first term. And now you've seen everybody saying, well, man, if, watching Trump lately on these podcasts, on these interviews, at his rallies, man. And then they just watched the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, 3 hours long. They say, well, Trump doesn't sound like Hitler to me.
Not at all.
We've been lied to. I wonder why. And they're going to continue all this propaganda, these lies, this fear mongering. They're going to continue this crap, man. But I'm glad that everybody is waking up to it.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Hey, y'all know I get passionate about this, man. This is our country. I'm a father. I got a big family. And I want to look out for my people. I want to look out for my American people, my country folk. All my fellow Americans. We all in this together. It don't matter what background you come from. It doesn't matter. We all go through the same trials and tribulations. But I want y'all to remember this. When them Venezuelans and all these other immigrants, they all trash our country. Remember this. They got kicked out their country, y'all. So keep being open arms. Because when they trash our country, where are we going to go? Who's going to take us in? I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to remember that. Who's going to take us in? Once this country, this land is not livable no more, and we're only 5 years away from making this a toxic wasteland. Please believe, because you guys are so asleep. Because if you guys vote for Kamala, you're very asleep. Because Kamala is turning us into a toxic wasteland. We're giving away, under the Biden-Harris administration, we've given away over $5 million worth of military-grade weapons. We have spent more than $50 million of other countries. Under the Biden-Harris campaign, America has received $750 for hurricane relief. I'm sorry. I thought this is America, people. I'm sorry. Do I care too much? Maybe, and if that's so, I'd rather die caring too much about where the hell we live and we gotta raise our family than to be ignorant and leave our future generation in more poverty than where we already are at. That makes no sense. How do you want better, or how do we expect better when you guys don't choose to pick better, like vote better? Like, wow, what has she said to inspire you guys to make you vote for her? It baffles me. It's beyond me. Like, what did she say to make you guys want to vote for her? I don't get it.
It's disgusting, man.
He disagrees, including the Pelosi's, Adam Schiff. And then he gave an interview. He said that Trump, quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, that he is, quote, certainly an authoritarian, admires people who are dictators. You've called him a disgruntled former employee. But why shouldn't Americans out there listen to somebody who worked closely with Trump, worked with him longer than you've worked with him, retired four-star Marine general, served his country honorably, who is conservative, who says he agrees with Trump on most policies, but is worried about this aspect of Trump?
So let me just say two things in response. So first of all, a lot of what John Kelly, pretty much all of what John Kelly accuses Donald Trump of saying, there were other people in the room, Mike Pence's former chief of staff, for example, who've explicitly said Donald Trump never said those things, right? So one, on
Mike
the specific
Pence, the guy
comments,
who's not going to support Trump because
Mike Pence's former chief of staff said that Donald Trump didn't say those things, right? So that's number one. Number two, I actually think there's an interesting conversation here to have, Jake, which is why does John Kelly not support Donald Trump? It's about policy. It's actually not about personality.
He says he agrees with Trump on most policy.
No.
He agrees with Trump on most policy. He disagrees with Trump on how Trump views his role and his and the fascism and the authoritarianism.
I don't buy that, Jake. I don't buy that, because if you actually look at John Kelly, at folks like Liz Cheney, the fundamental disagreement they have with Donald Trump.
I'm glad y'all watching. Pay attention. This is a white man. This is our future vice president. He's letting you know. Don't listen to the propaganda. All this bullshit, the fake news. Fake news, people. This is fake news. He's telling you, he's not buying it. He knows the truth.
Trump is, even though they say that they're conservative in the sense that they want America to get involved in a ton of ridiculous military conflicts. They want America to police the world, and Donald Trump wasn't.
John Kelly lost a son in Afghanistan. Why are you saying that he, like, I've never heard John Kelly say whether he supports of Iraq or Afghanistan.
And I honor his son's sacrifice, and I honor his family's sacrifice. That doesn't mean he's not wrong about policy.
What specifically are you talking about? What has he said that...
Is your argument that a person who lost a son in Afghanistan can't be wrong about public policy?
I'm asking
then
you...
why bring that up? Let's talk about public policy, because I've never criticized his service or his son's service.
I brought it up because you're acting as if he is pro-war, and I've never heard him say whether or not he supported the war in Afghanistan or the war in Iraq. He was a general carrying out orders.
Because I know John Kelly's worldview, and I know the people who have attacked Donald Trump the most vociferously on foreign policy. They'll say, well, he's a dictator, when what they really mean is they won't listen. Donald Trump wouldn't listen to the leadership of the military when they wanted him to start ridiculous conflicts. That is a consistent theme. And I think that there's a big, big thing going on in American politics. It's a very interesting theme in American foreign policy, where a lot of former members of the Pentagon bureaucracy, a lot of old neoconservatives, they have a fundamental difference with Donald Trump on the question of peace and war. I believe Donald Trump is the candidate of peace. I think the record supports that. But the reason these guys go after him so vociferously, I don't think that it's about his personality, Jake. I think that it's about they don't like that Donald Trump said no when a lot of them wanted to start a ridiculous war.
Well, you're ascribing worldviews, I think, based on gut. I can't really tell where you're coming from on it. There's no evidence.
Based on people that I've talked to in the Trump administration,
John Bolton,
what John Kelly wanted to do, John Bolton, Liz Cheney, these people have a consistent
John Kelly was at the Department of Homeland Security, and then he was chief of staff. He was not weighing in. I don't even know what you're talking about. But let me ask you something about John Kelly specifically, because you said the other day quote, I guarantee John Kelly talked to somebody on Kamala Harris's campaign beforehand, before he did this interview. Now, I've spoken with people in John Kelly's circle, and I've spoken with people in the Kamala Harris campaign. They say there's been no communication the entire time. So where did that come from?
Oh, I'm highly skeptical of that, Jake. You know the way that these attacks work. You know the way that these people are often vetted by a campaign.
So you made it up
before something goes out there. No, I said that the American media and the American Democratic Party apparatus works a certain way. If it comes out that John...
Yeah, I notice how he's steady trying to make the VP seem like he's trying to say something wild. But our vice president is so fucking intelligent and so critique in his wording, and he's so sharp. You can't catch him. He can't catch him. Like, pay attention. Like the host is really trying to mix his words up and trying to get him to say something like he like accidental say something like it'll sound slick against Trump so they can run it. Well, he ain't giving them the chance, Mo. He's eating them up, Mo. I love this. I need this vice president.
Kelly never even spoke with a person in the Kamala Harris
I'm telling
orbit.
You that.
Then I'm happy. You're telling me that based on secondhand conversations with John Kelly. And it's interesting. We've now spent, Jake, 3 minutes talking about John Kelly. If it is true that he never spoke with anyone in Kamala Harris's orbit, I'm happy to apologize to John Kelly for misstating how he delivered this news to the Atlantic magazine. But let's talk about who did he deliver this?
That is what I love. You see how he said that? He said, man, if he didn't say that, I'm willing to be a man in my position and as a man to apologize. But until then, you can't make me think no otherwise. And for real, we all think the same thing. It's true.
This news to Jeffrey Goldberg, a guy who lied the United States into the Iraq War, which led to the deaths of millions of innocent Arabs and thousands of innocent Americans. You don't go to that guy if you don't have a particular ideological motive. I think that's what's going on. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to say that I'm wrong.
I think it's interesting that you think that a magazine writer lied the American people into war.
Well, he encouraged it. He wrote stories that were dishonest.
He wrote a story about the gassing of the Kurds in I forget if it was the Atlantic or the New York.
Light the gas on fire. Just throw the gas out in the middle of the street. Light it on fire.
But I'm actually referring to John Kelly talking to the New York Times.
He wrote stories, by the way, where he took what intelligence officials in the American Pentagon bureaucracy said and wrote it as the gospel truth. And this highlights the entire point that I'm making about Trump's foreign policy, is this is a guy who wants to use American troops sparingly. He wants peace through strength. It's why his foreign policy was so successful during his first term. It's all the same people who were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about the quagmire in Afghanistan. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about everything. And now they're coming after Donald Trump because he actually has a realistic and cautious foreign policy.
I'm talking about people who worked for Donald Trump in his first administration. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not just John Kelly, but Mark Milley, who was the Trump-appointed chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Who disobeyed Trump's direct orders on troop redeployments in Syria.
And I'm talking about the guy that had your job.
A massive violation of his constitutional oath, by the way.
I'm talking about the guy that had your job before Donald Trump's supportive crowd wanted to hang him, Vice President Mike Pence, who said, as you know, that Trump put himself before the Constitution. I'm talking about General Mattis, also Secretary of Defense in Trump's administration. I'm talking about Mark Esper, the Secretary of Defense, who told me that Trump does have fascistic tendencies. John Bolton, H.R. McMaster, Alyssa Farah-Griffin.
Okay, Jake,
these are Trump administration officials.
Listen to every Trump administration official? You know, one reason why Kamala Harris doesn't have as many people criticizing her is because she doesn't fire people who fail. That's why we haven't had a real audit of the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal, is because Kamala Harris protects failures in government. Donald Trump fires them. And I'd much rather have the president who fires people who screw up. Now, Jake, no, this is an important point.
Kamala Harris. You did not fire Mike Pence.
Kamala Harris.
He did not fire Mark Milley.
Kamala Harris.
He did not fire John.
He fired a lot of those people, Jake, and he did because they weren't doing their job. But this is the thing, Jake. We've now spent 5 minutes talking about people in Donald Trump's staff
who think he's not fit for office.
He fired.
Who think he's not fit for office.
Oh, they didn't think he was unfit for office until they had a falling out with him because he fired them. And we're not talking about the public policy.
Well,
we're actually talk about how Americans can't afford groceries.
We're actually
Can we talk about the fact?
No, hold on. Hold up. Watch me real quick. Let me get my Hulk Hogan on. Y'all see me get my Hulk Hogan on. See me get my Hulk Hogan. Hold on. Get my Hulk Hogan on real quick for y'all real quick. Get my Hulk Hogan on. Yeah, brother. What are you gonna do, brother? 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 What are you gonna do? I got fucking with y'all.
The fact that Americans can't afford the cost of housing. Can we talk about the fact that a lot of people out there in Erie, Pennsylvania, they're the ones who suffer and die when people like Mark Esper and Mark Milley don't obey the commander-in-chief's orders.
We're talking about Donald Trump and what he says.
Yes. And
Donald Trump says.
And you'd much rather talk about what Donald Trump allegedly said than what Donald Trump did in office.
What he did
in office, Jake,
what he said publicly.
1.5% inflation.
The military to go after the enemy within, which is the American people.
He did not say that, Jake.
The enemy within.
He said that he was going to send the military after the American people. Show me the quote where he said
was going to. He said the enemy within.
He said far left lunatics. He's talking about
the
people
Pelosi's
rioting
and Schiff.
He's talking about people rioting after the election. I think
the Pelosi's were rioting after the election.
He said
Adam Schiff was rioting after the election.
You're using two separate phrases. He said about using the military that far-left lunatics, people who riot in the wake of an election, people who burn down American cities in the summer of 2020, yes, we should have a federal law enforcement
This is what
response.
he said to Joe Rogan on Friday. The enemy within that he wants the military to go after.
No, this is
the enemy within, a bigger problem than Kim Jong-un.
The second part.
We have people that are really bad people that I really think want to make this country unsuccessful. That's who the enemy within.
And did he say that he wants to use the military against those people? Here's the game.
Use the military to go after the enemy within.
Here's the game that you're playing. He said
I'm not playing a game.
No. Can I answer the question, please? He said that he wanted to use the military to go after far left lunatics who are rioting, and he also called them the enemy within. He separately, in a totally different context, in a totally different conversation, said that Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff were threats to this country.
Were the enemy within.
Were
the enemy within. He said they were the enemy within.
So every time he uses the exact same phrase, we assume that he uses
I don't know. I don't throw around the term of enemy within to talk about using the military against going American people.
And you're asking his vice president, but you won't let me answer the question. I'm telling you that
that makes no sense. Thank you. You're talking about the running president, and you're asking his running candidate about him. Shut up and listen. What the fuck?
That Donald Trump has said, and I agree with him, that we should use the U.S. military to go after
Americans.
People who riot, who burn down our cities.
And this was what John Kelly was.
National Guard.
This was what John Kelly was alarmed by. The idea of using the U.S. military to go after Americans. That's what he said.
Donald Trump never said Americans writ large. You keep on putting words in his mouth. And
are they not Americans?
Far left people who commit acts of violence, who riot. And
now you're doing a very narrow definition of what he said, which is not what he said. That's not what he said. But let me ask you. Let me ask you the bigger question.
He did say that, Jake. He did. He said that he wanted to use the U.S. military. Let me clarify.
To go after far left lunatics, yes. And then he also added
people who were rioting and looting.
And he added Schiff. And then he added the Pelosi's. And then he added people that don't want the country to succeed.
I'm sorry. Like right now in the chat real quick, y'all. Do y'all like W's for the running VP? If you want to a running mate like that, W's in the chat, man. Put W's in the chat. I gotta see W's in the chat. If you would love a running mate like that, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta put me one in there, cause man, man. Always in the chat for that one, man. Like for the VP, man, that's a VP, man. Like Mo, Yeah, my big brother said he got the glick on it. That man he got a whole Tommy. He got a Tommy with 3 extra round jumps on in the pocket. Yo.
He said that Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi he used in a separate context in a separate conversation. And what you're doing is you're smashing two totally different conversations.
Fox asked him about this last week, and he didn't take issue with it. He said the enemy within is the biggest threat to this country.
But did he say the enemy within, that he's going to use the military against Nancy Pelosi? Donald Trump offered Nancy Pelosi the National Guard on January the 6th, and according to private emails, she rejected it.
Yeah.
So let's...
That's right, y'all. When Wounded Gaming. Tune in to my big bro. That's big bro right there. That's big bro. If y'all don't know no good gaming, you better know some good gaming. I'm telling you. We be on there. Hey, shout out to Big Bro. Big Bro be showing too much love. That's my man. That's our DJ. That's our DJ right there. All right. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm glad everybody here we got DJ Superman in the building. That's who that is when Wounded Gaming. Shout out to DJ Superman. I do our intro. That do our intro song. Yeah. And all the music you hear by Dave, that's him. That's him. It's him. That's that man. That's that man. Mama, that's that man, mama. Shout out to you, big bro. Let's get back, big bro. But yeah, this the VP, big bro, because you won. I showed you the update on that last video, and I just had to show you who the VP is. Because a lot of people don't know who Vance is, who's running with Trump. And you know what I'm saying? Don't worry. He just he's just a younger, bad version. Like this, you see this nigga, man. Ain't no convincing this man nothing, Mo. That nigga, he knows his facts. All right. I'm voting for Trump. I did the right thing. Y'all thank me later, man.
Let's talk about things that he wants to do that are feeding into this concern that people like John Kelly and General Mattis and General Milley have. He said on Friday, Special Counsel Jack Smith should get thrown out of the country. He's threatened to arrest election officials who cheated. We know that he believes a lot of people cheated that did not cheat.
Yes, if you violate the law, you should be arrested. Yes.
No one disagrees with that, but he's talking
Apparently you do, based on the way you're asking the question.
No, based on the fact that he's accused people that didn't break the law of breaking the law when it comes to the election. And if you want to revisit that, I'm happy to. But Liz Cheney, he said, should be put before a war tribunal. None of that sounds fascist to you at all?
No, of course it doesn't. Of course
Liz Cheney before a military tribunal?
First of all, I don't buy into the premise of what you're saying, Jake, because I just on things that I know that he said, on things that I know that he said, you're imputing things, you're taking words out of context, you're taking two separate conversations and pretending that they were made at the exact same time. So I'm rejecting the premise of your question.
Yes,
I frankly don't believe what you're saying about Donald Trump's words. If you'd like to put up a clip and actually put him in context, I think the American people would realize that Donald Trump is a hell of a lot more reasonable than the people like Liz Cheney who would like to lie us into war. Now, Jake, we also have to remember, step back a little bit. Well, ask.
I just want to ask, how the fuck is this dude about to be vice president? And he wasn't even a lawyer. Yo, this motherfucker could have got a lot of niggas out of the jam. Yo, this nigga, hey, yo, Vance is different. Yo, he's different. Yo, don't leave your girl around him. I'm telling you, don't leave your girl around him. Hey, you better not. Don't leave your girl around him. His wife is black, well, Indian. He don't like his own race. He love the jungle juice. So I ain't leaving none of my bitches around. I wish I would. Vice President Vance is a pimp. Listen to the nigga, man. Listen how he talking, man. Like, he ain't taking no shit. No cut. That's a pimp. That's a pimp. I know a pimp when I see a pimp. Pimping, no pimping, all right? That's a pimp. I ain't gonna let a nigga talk about my mans like that. You talking bullshit.
Ask yourself a basic question about network integrity. You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it, and so we recovered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
Well, that's
what you just said
why.
is false. We covered an FBI investigation. I don't know why you want to talk about the FBI investigation.
You covered it in a way that gave credence to anonymous sources' accusations. You did it yourself. Your network did it, Jake. But again, can we talk about the issues that Americans care most about?
I'm talking about things that Donald Trump has said.
Yes.
If you have an issue with whether or not he's talking about the economy enough.
This is the thing. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the fucking thing. These Democrats can't help but talk about Donald Trump like it's going to hurt him. You guys are only giving him more light. Like, come on. Like, and shout out to the VP, man. Because at this point, man, he could have walked off. Like, bro, I'm not about to keep sitting here. You not talking to the people. You said he want to make this a Trump thing. Shout out to the VP, man. That's why I voted for you, Trump, man. Like, shout out, yeah, man. Y'all got so much patience. Because me, it's either walk off or punch him in the face. Because, bro, I'm sitting here trying to talk to the people about what I'm about to do for their problems. You want to talk about my running mate. Like, bro, you talking reckless. Like, bro, he timing him. He said, we spent 3 minutes talking about Trump. We spent 5 minutes talking about such and such. When are we going to talk about the problems that the people are having? If that ain't the vice president I need in my life, call me RuPaul, baby, because I see sweetness. Because that's the man I need in my life. VP. VP. I need him as VP. I damn sure do. God damn. Man, that man got sense. Lord Jesus. Make America great again. Jesus Christ.
That's between you and your running mate. I'm talking about things he has said this week.
Every single rally that he does, he talks about how he wants to unleash American energy so we can lower the cost of groceries. He talks about the fact that housing has become unaffordable. He talks about the wide open border, Jake. Kamala Harris and her allies, you know, it's interesting. Kamala Harris and her media allies, and I would put CNN in this category. You guys seem to care.
I'll tell you that. They wouldn't.
Well, they should watch your network more because you guys seem to care more about Donald Trump's past than the future of the American people. We're running this campaign on making the American dream.
I'm specifically asking about how Donald Trump is going to be president in the future should he win, and then we're being told
he's going to pursue economic policies that lower the cost of groceries and make life more affordable again. He talks about it every single day on the campaign trail, and so do I. What you're talking about is an anonymously sourced story, or one guy
anonymously sourced,
or one guy who is a disgruntled employee.
I told you, five other people
pushed back against him and said that what he said was dishonest. So why don't we talk about the policy that's affecting American citizens and not what Donald Trump allegedly said, according to one guy who's pissed off because he got fired by Donald Trump?
I didn't bring up any of the things that he said. He said I didn't bring up.
Brought up John Kelly, and that I just described.
Shout out to you, Platinum Ice.
I brought up John Kelly's view of Donald Trump. I didn't bring up John Kelly talking about what Donald Trump said about Hitler's generals. I didn't bring that up. I talked about John Kelly's view of Trump based on something Trump has been saying in the last week. So that's what I asked about.
So John Kelly makes accusations that are rejected by 5 people.
Again, you're talking about something I didn't bring up.
I think that maybe implicates his overall judgment. And I think the fact that he has a worldview that's so oppositional to peace and prosperity suggests that he's not an honest arbiter here. This is not a guy, John Kelly, going to brag to Jeffrey Goldberg, who is interested in the American truth or is interested in telling an honest account of Donald Trump. He's a guy with an axe to grind because Donald Trump fired him and disagreed with him on policy.
So all those 10 people, including the former vice president, Mike Pence, all of these people have this horribly damaged worldview, and they're all just going after Donald Trump because they want to send people into war? That's really your argument?
Absolutely.
It's not like these are conservative.
Absolutely, that's my
These
argument.
are not conservative Republicans. These aren't conservative Republicans who are concerned about Donald Trump. They're not. That's not right.
All of these people, Jake, they came into office thinking that they could control Donald Trump. That when he said he wanted peace in the world,
Mike Pence thought he could control Donald Trump.
Yes, he did. And when he found out that he couldn't, they all turned on Donald Trump, and a lot of them got fired. And we're running, and we're trying to staff the government with people who are going to govern according to principles of peace and prosperity.
Let me ask you.
They're pissed off about it.
Let me ask you, because we're being told that we're over.
Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
You have to go to
You are running to be vice president of the United States. And there is a 50-50 chance, maybe better, I don't know, that you're going to succeed. Are you running to be vice president of the United States, or are you running to be vice president of the red states? Because if you win, and there's a decent chance you will, you're going to be vice president of childless cat ladies. You're going to be vice president of legal Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. You're going to be their vice president, too. Are you running to do that?
Jake, of course I'm running to be the vice president of all Americans. I'm running because I want people to be able to afford a good life in this country. You know how I grew up. You know that I grew up in a family where things were often tough. I want, whether you're in a blue state or a red state, whether you're going to vote for Trump.
See, the difference between Vance and Trump and Harris and Walz, Vance and Trump got actual, you can see videos, you can see how they grew up. You can't see how Harris and Walz grew up. That's funny, right? It's funny. We all got a history. Yeah.
Trump, or you're going to vote for Harris. I want you to be able to have a good life in this country. But what's not going to happen with the broken leadership in Washington, D.C. Let me give you a statistic, Jake, because...
You know what I'm going to tell all you Harris Walz voters when it's all said and done next week, next Tuesday, when it's all said and done? What did you think was going to happen? Huh? What you think was gonna happen? It's just his finger looking good. It's I can taste the Trump victory. Yeah, I taste the Trump victory. It's what did you think is gonna happen? That's what I'm gonna say. What did you expect? I'm a fucking idiot. Jesus.
Here is what the leadership of people like Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi, and yes, Mike Pence, over 30 years in this country has led to. A person with a bachelor's degree lives 7 years longer than a person without a bachelor's degree. There are a lot of people who have gotten rich and powerful off of American decline. Some of them have had R's next to their name. Some of them have had D's next to their name. And the first person who I believe is really putting the interests of the American people first is Donald J. Trump. So yes, we're going to be the president and the vice president for all people. The only way to do that is to reject the failed consensus.
All right.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you so much, Senator. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Is there any more I need to show y'all before I get back to the title? Big bro, are you satisfied, or you need you need 2 more videos before I get to the game? Let me know, cause I got more. I got more. If you guys want to see some more funny shit, I got more. You know what? You know what? I ain't even gonna wait. You know what? Let me show you something real quick. Hey, ain't even gonna wait for you. Hey, you gonna wait for you. Oh, you good? You seen enough stupid shit, huh? Yeah, she's stupid. Cause you see the VP, you see how smart the running. He's trying to get the spot she already got. Like, people not understanding, bro. Bro, she already in office. She been in office for already 4 years. Like, this is about to be the continuation of what the fuck we're already going through. Wake up, people. God damn. Wake the fuck up. She's already in office. I don't care, bro. I got one more I'm gonna show you before you go, bro. I got something I'll show you before you go, bro. You gonna love this one. You gonna love this one, bro. Hold that, bro. You gonna love this one. Shout out Professor Niz. It's my man. It's my professor. It could be your professor too. It's my man's. Much love. Hot Mike.
Live breaking news, Nez Nation. Kamala caught on a hot mic admitting this to Governor Gretchen Whitmer while they're having a beer at a bar in another fake photo op, video op moment. I'm going to share you that. And also, I've got something really interesting. Mayor Eric Adams from New York City was asked a question about what he thought of this constant, repulsive, malicious, bile-filled hate rhetoric that is being thrusted at President Trump. Wait till you hear what his response is. I think you're going to be surprised. But first, this isn't the only time that Kamala Harris has been caught on a hot mic and made to look exactly what she is, a fool. Remember this? This was back when Hurricane Helene first hit the southeast of the United States of America, and FEMA was holding a live Zoom meeting. President Biden was there, and Kamala Harris was caught saying this on a hot mic.
Watch this though, bro. Watch this shit, bro. Watch this shit though.
We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you.
So if you missed that, she's such a fake. She's such a fraud. She has no understanding of anything. She recently admitted to Anderson Cooper in that sham disaster train wreck of a town hall that I may not know the answers. That means I got to research. Trump just did a 3-hour long, even Joe Rogan, who is a pretty accomplished athlete and Muay Thai boxer.
All right, so I want y'all to understand this before Professor could finish. I just covered this video, but I need you to understand, Friday that just passed, Trump did a 3-hour conversation sit down with Joe Rogan, got up, left Joe Rogan, got on a plane, went to a whole nother state and then finished his rally and did a whole rally. This man is different. This man is different. All right?
A kickboxer said the guy is a machine. Like, he talked for 3 straight hours, didn't take a bathroom break, didn't even have a sip of water, and there was no teleprompter, no script. Talked about history, talked about policy, talked about strategy, talked about American past, present, and future accomplishments, issues, problems, the whole gamut. She is yelling at an aide, trying to cover her face. It's a live broadcast, because she doesn't have an original bone in her body. She is an absolute, unequivocated fraud. But wait, that's not all, because the fraud is the fraud. And when she gets exposed, there's plenty of examples. This is Kamala Harris asking her aide what city she's in. This is so repulsive and cringe, especially when she transitions into her fake, enthusiastic joy mode. Watch this. This is so disgusting.
Hey, Cleveland! It's Kamala!
Doesn't even know what city she's in. She has to ask her aide. She cannot function without cue cards, teleprompter, and the premeditated script that gets handed down from Obama.
I'm sorry, yo. Yo. Just like in my video I dropped an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Yo, Professor was truly in his... Yo, that shit pissed him off, Mo. She did not know where she was at. How the fuck? Bro, she really said that. No, she really said that, yo. No, stop. She really said that. Hold up, just rewind it. She really did. She really ain't know where she was at.
She doesn't have an original bone in her body. She is an absolute unequivocated fraud. But wait, that's not all, because the fraud is the fraud. And when she gets exposed, there's plenty of examples. This is Kamala Harris asking her aide what city she's in. This is so repulsive and cringe, especially when she transitions into her fake enthusiastic joy mode. Watch this. This is so disgusting.
Hey, Cleveland! It's Kamala!
Doesn't even know what city she's in. She has to ask her aide. She cannot function without cue cards, teleprompter, and the premeditated script that gets handed down from Obama, Clinton, Soros, and the entire cabal. This is not somebody who's fit for the highest office in the land. Hey, here is the moment that was caught on camera during a hot mic where Kamala Harris admits to Governor Gretchen Whitmer that she's doing terribly in the polls, especially with young men. It's going to be a little bit hard to hear, but the first thing she says is, we are losing traction with men in this race. Listen to this.
Listen to this question. Yeah. Oh, we have microphones and listening to everything. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. So, well,
You'll
now you
bleep
tell
my
us.
F words.
We just told all the family secrets. Shit. Anyway, it's good.
Yo, she really stupid. I thought this shit was all shits and giggles, but she really stupid off camera. She really stupid off camera. Sorry. I don't want to talk about her like that. I'm sorry, America. All right, look, y'all judge our mother. She's stupid. You famous. Why are you out in public talking like that? Like, ain't nobody gonna have it. Y'all right. Y'all right. Calm down, Ghost. Calm down. But I'm saying, though, it don't make sense. That's like, all right. For example, right? Feel me out. Let me, hey, turn my mic up, DJ. Turn my mic up, DJ. Thanks, DJ. Thank you. That's enough. All right, so feel me, right? So that's like, I'm Michael Jackson, right? I'm popular, famous as hell. Everybody playing me all over the world. I'm married, though. All right, peep game on Michael Jackson, and I'm married, right? I think I'm being slick. I go to a bar with a little shorty at night, thinking I'm in the cut, knowing I'm Michael Jackson. Cameras up. Cameras gonna be out when they see my face. End of discussion. I'm just saying. Y'all seeing how stupid that shit sound? Y'all seeing how stupid that shit sound? Why are you out in public at a bar and you're sitting? Ain't like they sitting in a cut. Like you know who she's sitting with stupid too. They both stupid. Two stupid bitches. Two stupid sluts. That's all it is. Two stupid whores. It's two stupid whores. It's stupid. She waved her finger around all these cameras. She said, all these cameras. All these cameras. That's all these cameras. She said, all these cameras. All these cameras. That's the first time I heard her say something outside of what she always say in these dumbass interviews. I can't wait till November 5th. I ain't gonna see, hear, think of Harris no more. Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, so I'm going to play it for you one more time. So essentially what she says is, we're losing ground with men. And she's telling Gretchen Whitmer that before she admits, oh my gosh, there's microphones here. We're caught on camera. So let's play it one more time.
Yeah. Oh, we have microphones.
She says, yeah.
I was listening to everything. I didn't realize that. Okay. So, well,
You'll
now
bleep
tell
my
us.
F words.
We just told.
Gretchen Whitmer admits that she's been dropping F-bombs too. I found that a little bit weird and interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know me, I hate to follow polls. I hate to even mention them. But it's almost impossible to resist talking about the momentum of the Trump campaign. With all intents and purposes, if every single one of you watching this have already voted, plan to vote, please, please, God, vote like your lives depend on it, because it does. There should be a result on November 5th that is favorable to our kids, our grandkids, and the future and prosperity of this glorious republic. Something that has given me many upsetting heartburn, chest pain, frustration, anger, vitriol, pretty much have just made me livid, is this constant, ceaseless, shameless, malicious, evil rhetoric coming from the radical left, not just Kamala, not just Tampon Tim, but from Corinna Jean-Pierre, from Biden, from Clinton, Hillary Clinton, even from President Obama, even from former President Bill Clinton. They know that they're losing. They know they have a sham candidate in there. There is nothing but desperation and panic when you have no substance, when you have no... Isn't it funny? They don't talk about policies. They don't defend their puppet candidate. All they do is attack. And they just don't attack with actual concrete examples or evidence or truth. They attack with bold face lies. I mean, if you've ever been to a Trump rally, if you've ever met Trump, I've had many guests, many testimonies, many eyewitnesses have agreed and said, this guy is so loving. All the stories that I've posted, my goodness, of heartwarming, humanizing, amazing, exemplary stories about how this man has helped them. The story of the man in Jersey, in that Uniondale rally that I shared with you guys, beautiful story about Trump's father, without no media, with no news cameras, no papers around, paid for his entire tuition as a kid when his father passed away, and the amount of emotion he felt when he just conveyed how much he loves the Trump family, how bad and how wrongly the fake corrupt media has been covering him. It's just time and time again. So this Democratic cabal should know better. The consortium should know better. Shame on you, President Obama. You're smarter than that. Bill Clinton, shame on you. Even though you guys are liars, it's just unbelievable that nobody is stepping up and saying, this has got to stop. Well, I take a little bit of heart, and I hope you will too. Watch as Mayor Eric Adams, who is, a staunch Democrat, liberal, supporter of Kamala Harris, I'm sure. I don't know. After the indictment, I'm not so sure. I still think Biden might vote for Trump just out of spite. But listen to what he says when he's asked, what do you think about all this Hitler-esque description that's been the onslaught on President?
Hey, before y'all see, yes, this is the same mayor in New York that's in that Diddy trial. And funny enough, Trump was his biggest endorsement when he first got into office. It wasn't Diddy. It was Trump that endorsed this dude. But watch this. Look who he talking about.
Trump. Watch this.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. I wondered if I could ask you about any communications you've been having with the Trump campaign about this rally or otherwise. And
ta-da! Yeah! The one that gave Diddy the key. It's him. He's defending Trump. Bet you didn't see that coming.
if you believe, as others have said, that the former president is fascist.
You know, I have been had those terms hurled at me by some political leaders in the city, using terms like Hitler and fascist. My answer is no. I know what Hitler has done, and I know what a fascist regime looks like. I think, as I've called over and over again, that the level of conversation, I think we could all dial down the temperature. And I've heard people say that the former president should not be able to have a rally in Madison Square Garden. I strongly disagree. This is America. This is New York. And I think it's important that we allow individuals to exercise their right to get their message clear to New Yorkers. And our job as a city and as a police department is to make sure they can do that in a peaceful way. I think that we must be extremely cautious. The heat we turn up today, pre-election, is going to have to be the heat we're going to have to govern in. And I think we need to show a level of respectable communication. And so when people called me fascist and other terminologies, I didn't like it. And I don't think it's fitting to anyone to state that the former president is equal to being Hitler. I just think that this is a city where we have the largest Jewish population. Anti-Semitism is on a rise nationally. We need to do everything we can to push back on that level of anti-Semitic tone and anti-Semitic issues that we're facing in the city. Let's have a safe, fair, democratic process and show the globe how we're able to do it correctly.
You know, it's one thing to fight for your candidates, one thing to politically get in the arena and duke it out and show the world that you're in it to win it. I get it. But when you're spreading just bold, outright, unequivocal, unsubstantiated, purely false narratives and false stories about your candidate, I mean, enough is enough. And I got to commend Mayor Eric Adams there. And I wish that you would actually, I'm talking to you, radical left, I wish you would actually tell me and give me one good reason besides saying Trump, besides saying she's not Trump, besides saying everything that has to do with what she's not. Who is she? What does she stand for? What's she going to do? I don't even think she likes America, let alone loves America. What can she possibly do to help me, to help fellow Americans be able to afford gas, afford groceries, feel safe, have security, actually feel like she can perhaps negotiate in a real leadership quality acumen with some of the fiercest foes the world has ever seen? Why don't you talk about that? Everything is about negation, what she's not. But the sad fact is, we don't know who she is. And with all the fake accents and with all the flip-flopping on fracking, on the border, on security, everything, there's still, and we're only 9 days away, there's still no clear-cut picture. Think about that, my fellow Americans. There still isn't a clear understanding, a clarification of who is Kamala Harris and what she stands for and what she's going to do. The only thing they're hoping, the only thing that they're running on their platform is she's not Trump. That's not enough. We all know she's not Trump. That's why everybody's going to be voting for Trump. So I hope that the Democrats really take this huge, ginormous L and just shove it up on the bulletin board and look at it every single day. Because the way that you ran this campaign, the way that you ousted somebody who actually earned the right to be there and who's obviously showing a lot of animosity towards you guys lately, should be a huge life learned lesson for you guys. Because if you ever want to get the White House again, if you ever want to get control of the government, even though you've had 12 of the last 16 years, you're going to have to come up with an entirely different 180-degree plan. It's got to be the exact opposite. So take this L, shove it down your throat, and hopefully in 2028 you got something a lot better. I can't wait to hear you.
And that's it. That's it right there. That's a man. Oh, man. Thanks, Professor. Professor, you always got love here. Always. I can't wait to be partnered up. Can't wait to do a partnership with you, Professor Nez. Can't wait, Professor. You are great. I love what you teach. I love your research. You inspire me every day. You do. I'm telling you. Professor, you keep me motivated. You really do, Professor. Professor Nez, everybody. And before that, we had my man OK Rick. So, that's, I'll be back. I'm going to just say that. Because I gave y'all 2.5 hours of entertainment. That's some good education. It was a good educational joke, even though I got to admit, now I got to retitle it. Thanks to the family, which I know. Hey, it don't matter what I title it. If y'all got a shot, y'all got to call out. Y'all want to learn something, see something, check something out. We all fucking with it. Y'all know what's good. Deadwolvzgaming. We got it on here, baby. So, you know what it is. We at the end of this stream, ladies and gentlemen. What's my name? Professor Ghost, a.k.a. Ike Turn Her Hands. Bye, y'all, baby. And we be back with you and get back at you next time with a new one. And I'll be back at y'all, baby. Y'all stay crispy clean, stay fresh to death. Peace and blessings. Go vote Trump 2024, baby. Please believe it. And we turned up on that Trump juice. Y'all have a good one, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all stay lovely and